Okay, it's the first thing we've gone for here in this range. We missed a couple of trades down here. Took a break even here, and then we closed this high here. The first high was created in this range here. So even though we didn't close the initial high, this is good enough for me. It's the first high that created. So I'd go for this. I'd try and take it up, because even if it's going to flip, it won't flip until it gets to here, which it's now got to. So it's kind of a trade I'd always try. We close this higher, come down to the fair value gap or the order block of that for that high, which is exactly what I got off. Try and take that up for 3R up here. Can now try that just a bit more up here now. So it shouldn't go any lower than here. We're anticipating a pullback, close the high, come down to the order block. If we are going to continue up, we shouldn't go any lower than that. Now we should pull up to here. We are testing that order block for the range it got closed here. So if anything's going to flip the direction, it will be that. So if we can break this, then we are on set to get up to our target up there. Okay. Closed, hold in. Okay, closed. Should have a pullback. Unfortunately, that has stopped us out there for break even. Just try the next thing really. Wouldn't really try any longs now until we do close this, because this range has already been tested. So if we come back down to here and kind of swoop this, I want to see something close before we try it again. I think that was a good try. Cycling up ever since we dumped all the way down. Kind of using this daily and this 4-hour order block to gain. Because if we're looking at it like this, we closed here, right? We never came down. We now came down in this candle. We closed here. If we closed here, we can create a move back up to here at the very least before we either continue down or break this high and continue up. So I'm using this to see if we can gain to get up to there. In a minute. Nothing's changed as of yet. So maybe we can get a re-entry if we come up to here, close this, tap back down into the range. Or if not, we wait for something down here. Okay, we're making our way back down. I'm not seeing this as it's holding if we do flip here. I'm just going to see it as coming back up to the order block to go lower. We failed to get to the 4-hour here, which would onset us once it was holding PDR. We cycled from here, held it to go up to here, tested it, got above it, held it, tried to get up to here, failed. If that's the case, we shouldn't hold here, we should go back down to here. And in this range is probably where it will go to. So even though we didn't close here, I'd still be willing to take something here once we get there. We got a swing coming in, so hopefully that's taking us up. If not, we'll just have to wait for something else. If we look at the 5 minute as well, it doesn't look too good to go up. We failed to hold the high here, so we can come back down to here. We are into that fair value gap now as well. You can mark on our screen. The 15 minute doesn't really have a lot of information. 5 minute does. 1 minute's pre-telling what's going on here. So we've closed that now anyway. Taking a move down. I wouldn't be taking anything here if this was just a sweep. If this is just a sweep, I wouldn't really be anticipating any higher from here anyway, because we already failed the high. We already failed to hold the high here, so we should come down. $17 is a swing. So if I was to take a long here now, I'd only be taking out to here, which is 3R. So you can still go for that. 15. Swing down. Sweeping of this to bring us up to there. Closed here, so yeah, we should get up to there before anything happens. Looks like it's just gonna miss us anyway, and then go to where we think it's gonna go to. That's a shame. Would have been nice to be in this. Just seeing if we can get any re-entries. We can close this and it comes back down, and then I'd go for it. Because right now, if I was in, I would break even because we didn't close here as well. So the fact we didn't close here, there's really realistically no reason why this can hold. So I'll be fine with waiting this out. Okay, cool. So we close that now. We did actually, that's not high, never mind. So we did actually close the first high, but there is no high there. It's the same candle. This is a shame. I would have been stopped at break even anyway, so it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. I would have been 3R to there now. Now we are coming down. Holding is actually worth where it would hold. Stop loss is pretty big here. Is it worth it? It's still worth it. actually closed down 15-second. Yeah, we have. If it gets down to here before we go up, then I wouldn't be willing to take this, such as now. I would have liked to be in it already, because we've now back tested the daily. I'll wait for a second here. Okay, we've gained that daily, sorry, we've gained the bearish overbought. Didn't close any highs, this shouldn't hold. Currently holding the daily though, both a high and a low. So the low was created before the high, so the low created the high. The low got swept, meaning the high could go. Whatever got created first is the one you're looking at. To get to the other side. So I would actually wait this out. So I'm anticipating that high potentially being swept this high. In fact, we didn't close this might not hold. This could be in play to take us higher now. So just sideways price action right now. No highs or lows being closed on the 5. 15 seconds looking choppy. 1 minute doesn't look too choppy, but if nothing's making sense on the lower time frames, then I wouldn't be willing to take anything. High and low here. If we revisit this low here, this low, I won't be classifying this as a sweep anymore, because we already had a double sweep, right? We swept first here, and we swept here again. So if we're just not breaking this, then I'll disregard the fact that we can break here and go higher, especially if we close this low here. It still looks like that is the play though. A sweep to go higher. So close this low here. Close this higher. Came back down to hold the range. This onset direction back down to here for this to hold. We have the daily. If anything, this makes 10 times more sense now that price action's matured. Could always just wait for the high to go before we try anything here. I would personally like to just go for this now, because my whole idea is this holds to break higher, I think it shouldn't flip direction until here. We're only seeing this to flip direction back down to here to go higher, because we didn't close the low for this order block. So now that's been closed, we're into that inversion fair value gap, flipping the direction down, so we should be able to get in this candle if we was to get in. Let's wait for a nice setup here. Maybe test into the gap when it gets created. If we go any lower than this, I wouldn't be trying to do anything here anymore. But this is still looking good. We're coming down to the bottom here. Okay. Stop loss is increased by 3 there, so we'll have to do 10. We did okay, we can do 15 again. That'll be too late. I'd still be willing to get in here anyway. Close that there, this here. That to there. I would have personally liked to be a bit deeper here, but really, realistically, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I didn't realise there was a swing. We ended on a swing. I completely forgot about the time. Yikes. Once we get there, I would break even just because this is a swing. So we did get up to here, so I don't need this on my screen. Don't need this, don't need this. Okay, I like that if it can go up now because it's a swing as well. Just one tick higher now. Like that does much for us, but okay, yeah, that was completely my bad. That loss was completely my bad. Should have been aware of the time. Completely just skipped my mind. The 28 was there. Obviously, ATTs have been trending as well, so that's completely my bad. That's going to be a round direction, but a loss in my opinion. There as well. this further down for the moment until we get some sort of good look. We'll no longer be able to do 15. I'll probably still have it there anyway. What do you think? Is it gonna get to our target before it gets us in? Most likely. Same thing, just on the 15-second time frame. Same setup. Stop loss is tiny, so this is actually only equivalent to about 1.7 on if this is a win. Closed up higher, unfortunately. Looking for that high to get closed. There we go. Two ticks in profit. Definitely go higher, so I'm just going to quickly move that a bit higher than the high here. There were any levels to go off other than PDR, so PDR's here. It's almost 4R in the amount I actually risk. 11R for this trade. Okay, get above here, I can try to here. So as I said, we just took the same trade, just on the lower time frame. Came all the way down there, started close to first high, went into the first fair value gap, took the order block off that range. That's the concept of the trade. It's ATT time, so anticipating getting stopped out anyway. You'd have to go up right now if we wasn't. Have to get stopped out. So we will just try there now. I'd be very surprised if this was to go up, even though this is where it should go up from. In theory, right? Close the high, they should hold. If not, there's no reason why we can't return back down to here and then go higher, because we closed the actual exterior high here. Got a higher time frame, exterior high. Okay, we finally got something. Such a choppy price action all day really. I posed from the one move down, but even in that there wasn't really anything to go off of. I'm seeing this as price going up, but we can get to here before that. It's kind of what I'm anticipating. We've swept here at all these lows. Definitely break higher, already broke here. So if this moves us up, then I'll just look for a long. But I'm trying to take the only valid short before shorts don't really become valid if this is to go up. Because in theory, closed here, never return back up, we return back up here. There's a swing. Try and go lower. Still looks choppy on all the time frames, but I do think it looks better to go up and down. Let's move this here. So there's some of the trail if this breaks down. I'm just going to trail it now, to be honest. Essentially break even day if this takes us out. This will most likely be the last thing I do if it does. If not, I'll look for that long that I'm thinking about. So this is for 5R. Always try and get deeper, which I'm actually going to just try and do here. Maybe we come down to here. Just because it looks like it's moving quite aggressive there. Let me just take profit out, but maybe we can go lower. Like the trailer. If this can move back down. If it doesn't move back down from here, it is most likely not just going to break up. Didn't tap inside fair value gap, so there is still a reason to return lower. So even if it doesn't only go to there, at least it can trail to somewhere around here. I think I'll just trail to here. So regardless of the outcome, it'll be a complete break-even day. Like 1 tick into profit or something. Try there now. Definitely looks like it can go lower. So we did actually break the lows here. Didn't break them on the high time frame. High time frame does look like it might pull us back down to here. Do you know what? I think we'll try and go for that. Just re-analysing as price moves. So we would have been filled here now for the 5.6. So we're going to see if this is a good idea, trying to get more, or we're just trying to be a bit too aggressive here. If this does pull down, I will trail it to down there anyway. Don't know why this keeps moving, I'm just going to delete it. Trail it to there. So far, trying to get a bit more out of this. here. Midpoint is also down, so we'll try and get this big candle down. Try it here. So even if we get stopped at that, it's 3R for the day. Anyway, just under 3R because half loss we took. Move lower, try it here, try it to there now. This does lock in a good amount. For how much we risked, we are, I think that's where the stop loss was. Yeah. For how much we risked, we're up to 6.7. Trying to get a bit deeper. This type of trade I'll just let run really, so I just keep trailing instead of taking profit. Big candles, just gonna trail it to there. Okay, that's fine. Taking that there for 9.12. I think it was just over 4R of what about 4.5R of what I normally risk. So yeah, I think that was a pretty good trade down. Initially I thought we might just come to here to go higher, and then the way you see the market move, it's evident it's going to go lower. It does look like we may trade a bit too aggressively there, but at the end of the day we got a lot more than we thought anyway, so who really cares? And now one thing I'll try and do is look for that long that I was anticipating. So we are actually there now. 28 candle. Why would I be trailed now anyway? If I didn't get trailed out, I'd still be in the same position, so currently haven't missed out on anything. Midpoint of this is all the way down here, which we are testing now. So I do think we can get a run back up in the 5 minute here, which is there, and I actually think I might just try this straight up because of how much we've just got anyway. I already think it's going to run back up, so we'll go for that. Even if it was to take a loss here, we've not lost anything at all, and we'll just try and get back up to here. All the block for the range is there. This in theory should be used to break higher. Take a look what's happening on the 1 minute. It's looking pretty good so far. I will actually break even this when it if it swings higher. So now, just because if it's to go down, this is a swing. So free trade now. Just trying to get up to the target. First place we can potentially see this flip would be here. This is always a trade I'll take. So we are trying that for 7.370. see what ticks up. Why not? Once we close here, I will try to here now. If it closes, I'm not going to do it if it tests, because I'd rather give this as much time as it needs. So if it closes, we'll take this. Looks like it's going to close, we'll take that. So for this trade, we're kind of at 1.19. Coming up to that first place where it can flip. We don't have an ATT for a long time now, so there's no reason why we can't go up to here. The bigger picture as well is if this is to, if this is to hold, this is target before we come back. So we'd always keep that in the back of our mind. Leave it here for now. We have a high and a low here now, so could always try to here if we move up. If not, I'll stay at this low here. Let's just move it one tick higher. Make out 2,500. So there's a proper range here getting created now, hopefully. So it'll be closed and this high. Haven't tested back down, so there's still a reason to come lower. That's why I wouldn't trial to here unless they got closed. Now if we move up, I'll trial to here. Because this is tested, I would just try it here. Because if we do come back down, this range is most likely going to collapse. Okay, that's fine. Unless if that is to happen, or if we just try too early there. Either or, I don't really care. Okay. Currently it's looking like I might try too early. Still though, that was a good, how much was that? That was 1.81, that's not too bad. See if we can get I'll be able to get a re-entry here. It is actually holding off the aggressive position I was talking about, so I wouldn't actually go for a re-entry until we close higher. We would have been stopped out as well now. No, we wouldn't. We'd still be on this. Regardless, I wasn't happy with it getting retested after already trying to hold. So once this gets retested and this gets broke, I'd look for a new one. If this was to move down an aggressive way, it shouldn't really even get back up to here. So if first sign of it going higher if we do get to this point again. It's not looking good on 15. Immediate rebalance, go lower. Okay. Failed to close this, which was kind of the first range getting created, low, high. There's no other range here that's been created. If this is immediate rebalance, we will be going down to here. Closing low, holding, closing highs, not really too much golf so far. Coming into the only gap, so we'll see what this does. Create a low. No, that equal. So hoping that created a low and then closed it and then held something off. Or create something so I can short it down. This daily level is what? Oh, it's the wick. Even the daily looks like it's going to go down anyway. Can go for a long if this goes. Be trading aggressively right now just because of how much we are up always. So don't need too much confirmation to be honest. Would prefer if this doesn't get touched, because then we actually have a defined range. Define a low. If it does, then still not really anything to go off of. Nothing to go off of. Still looking like it's doing an immediate rebalance. Don't know why I didn't really see that. Right, close to low. Close to low here, higher. So we can retest back up before going lower. So it's evident that it is going to go down. At this point in time, it might change and look different. 41 is a swing up. And there we go. Okay. So only thing we can really wait for here is just the only low. So if this low goes, we'll come back up to here, or highest fair value gap will be just this. That gets created. Is there anything we can really go off of, or this inversion fair value gap? To be honest, right, this work is the only fair value gap, and I mean this tested into that, creating that immediate rebalance as well, so realistically there's no reason to go higher. Tested into it there. Unfortunately there was no low, I was trying to look for a short this high up, no low got created. You can see it on the 15 now. Maybe I should have gone for that on the 15. Didn't close. Doesn't need to close really. I think this will just go down. This is the target. No, sorry, this is the target for this. That's a PDR. So actually in theory this is the target. In that gap now. Do not care about this anymore. It's just a 5 minute. The only time frame that looks good is the 5 minute, like if it was to go up. Every other time frame is screaming down. Back tested that daily. Okay. What would the profit be? Okay, it's not too bad. Unless we break the midpoint of this, I will wait for the swing. Still come all the way up to here before anything happens. So that might be the swing as well. Don't need this stuff on the screen. I know it's there. Because nothing's been tested up, and we have swept here, even though I think it might go lower. If we create a swing, but when trying to long to get up to here, full well knowing that it might just go to here. There's no swing. It's not the look you want to see. especially because if you was to long, it's not worth 1.6. I haven't even tested this yet either. High and a low. So this is the block for that high and low. I do think it's good, it's just the stop loss. Sorry, the profit isn't really good. 1.6. I guess we can just try it. Maybe it goes higher, who knows. So regardless what happens here, I don't care. Probably just going to trade until we get a loss anyway. We've had a pull up now, so free trade. Considering we only think it can go to here, we'll be break even in that really fast. So one tick. If we don't close this high, then probably going down anyway. Okay, that's fine. So we failed this so far. 48 here. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, I wouldn't mind this if we can get to here, close these. If not, I'll just wait for this to be here. I'm not mad at that going up anyway. Like I said, I don't think it will go too high, so I wasn't willing to sit in that for that long, considering I think it's going down anyway. So unless it went up in that candle, which it didn't, I wouldn't be looking for anything.